The Texas Urban Sawmill is a company started by my husband, Devin Ginther. We're really focusing on what we can do to reduce all the waste that happens. You know, a building's being built, a house, residential, commercial. A lot of times people just go in and clear all the trees away and they get burned, chipped, mulched, or thrown into a landfill. We really need to find a way to bridge the gap between what nature needs and what humans need.
In this industry where we're trying to rescue and salvage wood, we're always looking for what's referred to as the highest and best use of this material. A lot of it ends up in our landfills, and it's either burnt or mulched, and that is the current solution. This material is basically wasted, and we hope to change that for a better future. If it's a higher quality tree, we can use it for interior lumber for furniture, for example. Poorer trees could be exterior staves, posts for fencing, etc. We were lucky to be one of the first businesses in Texas awarded Wood Innovations Grant, which is supported through the USDA Forest Service, which is really focused on job creation. Big focus on the forestry side is fire mitigation. A big challenge of this grant project is really, does it make financial sense to kind of slow down some of these land services where they're yanking out all this big bushy juniper and turning that into lumber, if the energy or the costs associated with that in terms of labor, does that exceed the value of the lumber? And really that's what we're trying to answer throughout this grant project. And then all this work, of course, will help Texas A&M Forest Service in their goals to mitigate or reduce wildland fires here in Texas.
What's great about these cores that we save here is that they weren't farmed and raised quickly. It took many years for them to grow, which results in a very durable, long-lasting wood, much like they used to build with many years ago. And you see some of those old structures still standing while your front porch deck is deteriorating. It's really beneficial to us because a lot of times we don't have to burn as much material. It requires less chipping or mulching.
A lot of people in our communities just aren't aware that there's alternatives to do with some of this biomass and wood products. And once they find out there's some businesses doing this, they're usually pretty excited and willing to contribute and help out.
We had a small tornado come through and we had a huge post oak that fell down. And so I called Devin and he came over and took a look and he's like, it's perfect. And then we actually got to come and watch him mill it. And he milled it into seven slabs. It's a big tree. At the base, it's 44 inches wide, and we're gonna be able to get a 12-foot table out of it. And it's a 250-year-old table, which is amazing.
We are really challenging ourselves to not use just what a traditional sawyer would look at. We're using main trunks, we're using limb wood, we're using branch wood.
We produce lumber and then we donate that to Habitat for Humanity.
And it's a win-win situation all around.
We're selling them super fast. Customers are loving them.
The followers have increased like 25 to 30% since we started holding this product in our stores.
We're trying to show that saving these trees is environmentally responsible and fiscally positive.
It's wonderful. It'll be amazing to bring people in and have, family around the table and say, this tree came from our property. It's what a special gift. And the table's going to be around for my generation, my kids' generation. We're able to preserve the heritage of these trees in Texas history, and that history gets to live on through tables and benches and coffee tables and console tables and all these creative things that Devin makes out of them.
We're using the revenue from extracting all that material at its highest, best use, and we're planting trees. We're building affordable housing. And it is such an amazing, amazing project that we're so lucky to be involved with here in Texas.
Taking these trees and making them into useful products is worth the effort.
I mean, we hope that we become the model to say, hey, look, this is not only environmentally beneficial, you get both sides of the coin. You can build businesses, you can hire more people, while you're also benefiting the environment, and how really freaking cool that is. I mean, I'm literally got goosebumps just thinking about that.